Now.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Neve McQuillan here with Ripple Out. We are continuing our conversations about women who are practicing intentional leadership. And today I get to talk to Deirdre Westwood. Deirdre is an old friend of mine. We've known each other for many, many years. My sister and Deirdre went to nursing school together in Northern Ireland in the Mater Hospital. And I met Deirdre when Siobhan and Deirdre became friends. And then I had the pleasure of spending just about 1 month with Deirdre on the beaches in Greece after Deirdre graduated from nursing school. And I was my second year of law school. We met up there and hung out and had an absolute blast. So Deirdre has since retired from nursing. She was a renal transplant nurse specialist in England. And when she retired, she made a big change, and she is now executive director of Tropic Skincare. So I've been asking Deirdre to talk to me for quite a while, and she has resisted, thinking she had nothing to share. And I have insisted that she has much to share with us. And so today we're going to be hearing about how Deirdre made that change and what she needed to be intentional about in her leadership to get where she is today. So hi, Deirdre.
Hi, Neve. Lovely to see you.
Yes, yes. So tell us about Tropic Skincare and what it is.
Well, it's a company that's based in England, that's down in Croydon in Surrey, for those of you who know England, just south of London. And it started 7 years ago in May, so it's not quite 7 years old yet. And it's a company that makes its skincare from plants. So we get all sorts of ingredients from all over the world and make our skincare purely plant-based. So it's all completely natural. A lot of the ingredients will be organic. There are no synthetic chemicals in anything that we do. There's no chemical nasties in there. So we have no parabens or horrible things that can really affect your skin. And it's very, very effective. It's beautiful. I'm going to show you this. This was me 7 years ago.
Wow.
And I looked like that for 9 years. That's acne rosacea. It's horrible. And I'm not at all vain, don't get me wrong, but I hated how I looked for that length of time. I spent a lot of money on a lot of different products from all over the world to try to treat that. I was under dermatology care for 9 years and constant medication. And while I was on the medication, my face looked better. But once I came off, it reverted back to normal again, to that horrible picture. And so I tried Tropic and it worked. And I think it's the lack of anything chemical nasty that has really made a difference to my skin. So I joined the company purely to get my products at the right price, because I was an NHS nurse, and NHS nurses and probably nurses all over the world don't earn so much. So I started purely for that reason, only to get the products at the right price. And then the ball started rolling. Yeah.
So the ball started rolling. I like hearing that. So tell me what happened to make the ball start to roll.
Well, I think, and I tell my new ladies now who join Tropic, that Tropic is a funny habit of getting under your skin. Number one, they've got a fab product, but number two, they have an amazing ethos. They really support women. They're all about empowering women to have their own businesses. So it's a direct selling company that has absolutely no targets. So anybody can join Tropic, who's UK based, by the way, and start to buy their products at the ambassador price, which is 25% cheaper than you or anybody else could buy it for. And you can just be like that with Tropic. There's absolutely, as I say, no selling targets at all. So it's a lovely company to work for. But then if you do want to make it a business, you can then start sponsoring ladies to join your team. And in that way, then you earn some commission percentage from what they sell. But that's a choice. It's not mandatory at all. We do not push anybody to sponsor ladies. It's purely a product-driven way. Yeah.
So what I'm hearing, Deirdre, is your living core values. And you talked about, we talked about this beforehand. What I'm hearing is your core value is empowering women. I'm also hearing natural products, making sure that everything is very natural. And also what I'm hearing is the idea of, let's see, sort of being very ethical and having integrity in the company that you work for. Integrity is a very important thing to you.
Oh, absolutely. It must be. That's the core of everything we do. And the fact that we will not leave any footprint on this earth from what we make. We are carbon neutral. We are only one of 300 companies in the entire world that's certified carbon neutral. but in fact we're carbon negative. We offset double the amount of carbon we use. Most of our staff cycle to work. Our packaging is all carbon neutral. Every journey that we make is offset. We want to give back as much as possible. So every time you buy from Tropic, we buy a day of schooling for a child in Cambodia, Myanmar, or Nepal. We've built a school out in Cambodia, which we're supporting forever. I've just been out to Cambodia. We provided toilets for in places where they had no running water. We've put those in for those sort of people. We're just all about giving back. We make sure we pay ethical wages and really good working practice for every manufacturer or grower of our products. It's just every single thing is looked at really, really carefully, and to make sure that we are, as I say, don't leave any harmful footprint on this earth for what we make. Yeah.
Well, you're speaking to another passion of mine, which is the environment, Deirdre. So I'm really happy to hear that your company practices that. So anytime we make a transition from one area of our life to another, we run into obstacles, and those obstacles can be real, or they can be made up. They can exist in our mind, right? A belief systems about who we are, who we aren't, who we should be. What kind of obstacles, both real and imagined, did you have to overcome in order to be where you are right now?
Well, I suppose I've only learned this recently, but for example, one of my brothers was very skeptical about the company. He felt it was one of these MLMs or pyramid schemes, and he therefore discouraged his wife from joining because he said it was just a money-making scam. And I would never be able to live with myself if that's what it was. I couldn't do that at all. So it's overcoming other people's perceptions of businesses like Tropic that are direct selling businesses. My other obstacle was real, but also in my head. I'm a nurse through and through. You cut me in half and it says NHS. I nursed for 39 years, before I walked away.
Gosh.
And it really, really broke my heart to walk away from nursing. But at the end of the day, I knew that I'd given blood, sweat, and tears for all of those years. So it was time to do something for me that was less pressurized and less stressful. And Tropic answered all those questions. But my other real obstacle was my husband, who supports me beautifully, but thought that nursing was a much more important and valued profession than selling skincare. And I can get that, I can understand that, but you get very tired of physical nursing after all those years. It's a very stressful job, there's a lot of burnout. And as I say, you give so much of yourself. You come home tired and you have nothing left to give to your family. Now I run my own business. I have got food on the table every day for my family that's cooked from scratch, that's good quality food. My dogs get walked in the sunshine or the rain, whatever, every day. And I can plan my life around what I want to do, not what nursing had demanded from me. So I feel much healthier and much younger in myself and much more able to face the future without being in the hospital environment and being exhausted all the time. Yeah.
What I'm hearing then is interesting, is a shift in core values that I remember when you became a nurse and how passionate you and Siobhan were about it. And I just loved hearing all of you talk about your journey as a nurse, and actually made me think about wanting to be a nurse because both of you and all of your friends love the work so much. And you were able to give to the world and your community in such a meaningful way for so many years. And yet things shifted, you changed, the world changed, and you realized that you needed to start taking care of yourself in a new way. And through this work, you were able to honor that.
Yeah. And I think through this work, I'm now a much better person in myself because I have time now to give to others. I don't have to rush from A to B because I've got to be somewhere else. I can plan my journey through life much better. I can stop and talk and smell the beans and smell the flowers and just have all that time, which I think is so important, probably as you age as well. You need to take a little step back and take life a little bit more slowly. And it's lovely. But I also now have a massive team of ladies and 2 gentlemen that work with me in my Tropic team. And I love seeing them come from probably where I came from not being in a retail environment before, coming from a passion for the skincare and turning that into a business and being confident in standing up in front of other people and explaining about the skincare and what's in it and how it makes you feel, how it makes your skin look, ethos of the company, etc. And seeing those guys grow in confidence and earning their own money and being able to then be much more empowered for their families as well. It's wonderful. It's really good.
Who did you have to be as a leader to be able to teach them those skills?
I think just myself. I don't think I'm anything special. I think I just love what I do, and I think sharing what you do and sharing what works for you is the best form of leadership. Showing by example, probably, leading from the front and always doing what I do to show my team that it's possible. In Tropic, you can't sit at the top of a pyramid and earn money from your people on your team. You have to work with them, and you don't get any commission or any extras unless you do your core as well. So it's a weird system, but it makes me still work as hard as everybody else does to enable to keep my position. Yeah. It's set up like an upside down pyramid, Niamh, if you see what I mean, so that you earn less from people who are really far below you, and you're in a level playing field with your own team. It's really strange, but it's the absolute antithesis of what a pyramid scheme ever was. So I find that very empowering. I find that lovely. Yeah.
As you talk, I'm seeing you become very animated, and I'm hearing you access your heart. And that's something that I have been really looking at. Work that I do that comes from an intellectual perspective of what I should do, and work that comes from my heart. And you're doing this work from your heart.
Absolutely. I think it's made such a massive difference to my own skin that I'm really passionate that other people who go into stores and buy stuff off the counter, that, you know, the FDA and the laws in the UK mean that you can hide all sorts of chemical crap in anything that you're selling people. And I think ladies who are desperate, like me, who have got a skin condition, who are desperate to see change, buy into the myths and buy anything because they believe that it's going to work. And yet it's so full of fillers and horrible things that really damage your skin even further, that I need everybody who I know to try this beautiful stuff, because I know it'll be effective and it'll work, and it won't harm them, and it won't harm the environment either. So I'm passionate about getting that message out to people. And that's purely what I've tried to do over the last 7 years since I've been with Tropic. And that's how I've grown my business, not by trying to get people to come on board, but just by making people and hoping that people will try the product. And then they love it as much as I do. And then when you join Tropic and you see what this amazing Tropic family does for you and what they give back to you as well in terms of rewards for your hard work, it's an incredible company to work with. And I've fallen in with, I've had nearly 40 years in the NHS, which I adored. And now I'm with this other amazing company. And I feel so blessed and so fortunate to have found this. Yeah.
Well, looking at you, Deirdre, this might be a testament to your products. When I do the math, it means that you've been working for 47 years and you don't look old enough to have been working for 47 years.
No, not 47, because I nursed and did Tropic I did both for about a while.
Okay.
But yes, I'm 58 years of age.
Wow.
And yeah, it's okay. And this is all, as I say, natural.
Yeah.
I'm blessed as well. I still have no gray hair, which is awesome. But my mom went grey when she was 78, so I think that's pretty okay, isn't it?
That's amazing. So no Irish genes there for you of the premature white. Lucky you.
Yeah, bless you. Yeah,
well,
your mom has beautiful hair. Bless her.
Yes, my mom does have beautiful white hair, silver hair.
Yeah.
Yes, beautiful.
Yeah.
So, looking at your next steps, Deirdre, what do you see in the future?
Well, I think I'm going to stay with this company for as long as I can, because I have, as I say, they reward you so highly for what you do, and I can see it growing and growing. We're maybe going to think about going international in a couple of years' time as well.
Wow.
And that won't affect me and my business, but it means that it'll be open for other people in other parts of the world maybe to join in as well. But I'd like to keep growing my team and keep supporting ladies and keep giving them alternatives from the day-to-day 9 to 5. Because Tropic can do that for you. And it can be something that sits on the side of what you do as a second income, or it can be a primary income all on its own. But yeah, I want to get higher up in the company as well so that I can influence more what the company makes and the directions that it goes in the future. Yeah.
And final question, what wisdom do you have to offer other women who are thinking about making a transition in their job or are starting a new job, to inspire them to take that next step?
Well, I think change is scary for ladies, isn't it? When you're in something for a very long time, you get into your comfort zone and other people relate to you as being in that profession, end of. But I think if you can, see something out there, just grasp the opportunity, go for it, throw your heart and soul into it. You can always go backwards if it doesn't work, that's not a problem. But if you don't try things, you're never going to know how far you can fly. So go for it. Take all your courage, put your big positive pants on and give it a go. Yeah.
Big positive pants, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, Deirdre, thank you so much. This has been wonderful. It's been so nice to connect with you and also to see you light up as you talk about everything that you've done.
Thanks very much, Neve.
Okay, take care and give my love to your family.
I will indeed, and me to yours as well.
I will.
Yeah. I can't believe the last time I saw you was 27 years ago.
That's right. It was right when I
it would have been at Siobhan's wedding, but when we were in Baltimore, it was 27 years ago, wasn't it?
Right. It was right when I had Bronwyn. You were here for her shower, right? Her baby
shower,
blessing.
Absolutely.
That was
It was
wonderful.
my first and only ever baby shower because we still don't do them here.
Lovely, Deirdre. Will you take care?
Andrew, cheers, Neve. Bye.
Bye-bye.